I have been asked several times in the last few weeks about starting a Bible study. And while I do not feel qualified, not qualified, but I don't feel like I am in that position yet or ready yet to do a full on Bible study, to lead a full on Bible study. I thought that I would start by maybe like a book study or like a book club kind of thing. I don't know what you would call it. But I mentioned this in one of my last videos, in my March reset video. If you haven't seen it, I'll pop it up here. You can go watch it and check it out. But I mentioned that I wanted to start, if anybody else wanted to start it with me, a study or a reading of or going through this book. It's by Vicki Courtney. It's called Rest Assured. And so far, I'm only a little ways through. I was actually wanting to finish it this month, but when I got to thinking about this, I was like, you know what? I don't want to read it just yet because I wanted to read it with you guys if you wanted to get the book yourself and read it. So this is basically a call to you. If you want to join, I mentioned kind of a run through of the ideas that I had in that video that I was thinking about doing, and so I wanted to do a dedicated video just for this, just to talk about this, so that I could have something to refer you to that is just a dedicated video for this idea. So my thought is this. I thought I would start it in April, the first week of April. That way it gives everybody who wants to join a chance to buy the book if you want to buy it. I will, of course, be going through the book in the live on once a week starting in April, but I don't know how much I'm going to cover of the book. I don't know if we're just going to hit highlights. I don't know how it's going to work yet. You guys have to bear with me. I am new to all of this. I'm trying to figure this out. So I don't have like a full rundown of everything just yet, but of how it's going to go. But I thought that it could just be where she kind of gives a guide somewhere in here on how if you wanted to do how to use this book. She says she has divided the book into two parts to make the journey as simple as possible. One is an intervention and highlights four common enemies of rest. In part 2, I introduce a recovery plan and offer a 1-week dare at the end of each chapter to help put the principles into practice in our everyday lives. Participation is optional, but highly encouraged. I have also included questions at the end of each chapter to help you dig deeper, whether you read the book alone or in a group setting. If you're going through the book with a group, consider devoting a week to each of the chapters in part 1 and to each of the chapters in part 2 for a total of 8 weeks. That is kind of my thought with this. When I read that, I was like, oh, that's a good idea. So I figured that each week we would just go through each chapter and we would talk about, what stood out to us, what resonated with us, what our takeaways were, that kind of thing. And it says that it should be 8 weeks. I thought this would be dipping my toes in the water of starting a Bible study. If you would like to join, I first thought about doing a membership just because I thought about, if I'm doing a live, that means that anybody can join. There may be somebody that gets on there that's they call them trolls or whatever, and then they can, comment and say things. But then I was talking to Adam and I thought about moderators and having a moderator, or even me. I have a small channel. It's not like there's going to be thousands of people on here, trying to heckle us or whatever. So just in case there's somebody that comes in, I could just, quickly delete them, block them, whatever, and it would be fine. I don't think that would happen, but you just never know. It's the internet. I'm hoping that wouldn't happen, but whatever. But I thought that once a week, starting in the first week of April, I need to narrow down a day and a time. I know that some of you watch my videos in a different time zone and in also different countries. And so I'm really trying to think about that when I come up with a good time. For me, morning is better because I have to work in the evenings. And so I have the morning that is pretty much free, and so I'm trying to think about this, which is why I wanted to make a dedicated video just for this purpose. I want to read a little bit about the book just in case you have no idea what I'm talking about, just because if you are going to purchase the book, I would at least want you to know what it's about and if it's worth it to you. I am not going to put it in a membership because I know I don't have the money for a membership, and I don't want to put that on anyone else that, oh, you have to join a membership to be able to do this. I love when people offer things for free. I love joining things for free because I don't have the money to do things like that. So I know that most of us today are in the same boat. So if you do want to spend the money on the book, let me at least tell you about it so that if you want to join, you at least have an idea of what the book is about. Our lives today are full, but oddly, our souls are empty. Pushed, rushed, and stretched, we ache for a respite, relief, and a way to somehow get rest for our deep weariness. Rest Assured offers hope for the daring woman who truly wants to disrupt her current patterns and seeing lasting change. Divided into two parts, it offers not just an intervention for our issues, the badge of busyness, the exhausting pursuit of happiness, tethered souls, worried sick, but also a plan to help us recover our sanity and lives. Prioritize the one thing needed: time for God, create room to breathe, time for solitude, give yourself a break, time for leisure, pay it forward, time for others. Perfect for Bible studies or book clubs, Rest Assured includes a rest stop challenge at the end of each chapter, as well as a 30-day restoration plan and 100 ways to give it a rest. Vicki Courtney is a national speaker and the best-selling author of numerous books and Bible studies, including Move On, Move On, Ever After, 5 Conversations You Must Have with Your Daughter, and 5 Conversations You Must Have with Your Son. But that is just a little bit about the book. If you wanted to join, I would love to have you join me. I don't feel comfortable leading a full-on Bible study. This is basically the only kind of thing. I have another book that I could do, and maybe after this one, maybe we'll do that one. If you guys, it depends on how well this goes. If you guys love this book and love how the interaction goes and love doing this, if we want to continue after the 8 weeks with this book, then I have another book that I can do as well, and then we can see where things lead. But that is just what I wanted to offer you guys. I know that so many of you have asked if I thought about starting a Bible study. I have actually commented on other Bible channels, and people have asked me, have you thought about starting a Bible study yourself? This is, I feel like, a nudge from God, and so I don't want to ignore a calling if that is what this is. I don't want to ignore a fellowship that we can have together. So if you want to join me in this 8-week study, I am going to do it starting the first week of April. I don't know exactly what day yet. As time goes closer, I will post it on my community tab, or maybe I'll include it in a video what day I'm thinking of or leaning toward. But I really would like to get more of you who want to be involved, a time frame of what is best for you. Again, morning really works for me, but I know that doesn't work for everyone. So I really want to try and do what works for all of us, or at least what works for most of us. I know not everybody who wants to join can watch it live, but you can always watch the replay of it. It will be in the live tab of my channel, and you can just go and click on that and then watch the replay. But I would love to have you join live. So I would love to get the best time that works for everyone. So let me know down below if you want to join, that you're wanting to join. If you're going to buy the book, I will leave the book linked. I should have done that in my other video. I just thought about that. I will leave this book linked in this video. Again, that's why I'm doing this dedicated video, because there's a lot of things that I need to I'm not used to doing this, so you guys bear with me. I'm trying to figure this out as I go, but I will leave this book linked. If you want to buy the book and join me, then let me know down below in the comments. Say, Raylynn, I'm buying the book. I want to join. And let me know a time that works best for you. So that is the details. That is what I am thinking. If you don't want to buy the book and you just want to join, I've had a couple of you say that, you didn't want to buy the book, but you do want to join. That is totally fine. Again, I don't know. I still have to figure out what I want to do each week and how I want to do this. If I'm going to, I don't think I'm going to read every chapter, because that's a little much. But if we, hit the highlights of it, I think that would be that would be fun, you know, to talk about the highlights and what really resonated with us and what stood out, and talk about, you know, different things or whatever. So that is my thought. That is how that is what I wanted to talk to you about today. So I hope that if you join, you will enjoy this. I hope this will be edifying and encouraging, and will have us wanting to take a rest, because I know we could all use that. And the funny thing is I started doing videos way back a few months ago, doing these Sunday, I don't even know what they were called now, but basically where I was talking about rest and going through the Bible and finding Bible verses for rest. And then I started reading this book, and I think that a lot of us are just needing to learn how to rest. So I hope that you will join me, and Lord willing, I will see you on the next one.